While external factors affect man, his mind tirelessly works to interpret the world. However, not all of these actions are simple. We present to you 10 incredible phenomena of the human mind. Principles of grouping or illusion. Grouping is the ability of the mind to associate events that occur in a series. One of these illusions is the assumption of statistical quotas. For example, most people find it unusual to get ahead 4 times in a row while throwing coins. However, if you get ahead 3 consecutive times, you will think that it is more likely to happen for the 4th time, and if your chances are still 50%. Do you sometimes do something just because you should not? When doing something that is forbidden, you show reactive motivation. This theory is also called the theory of forbidden fruit, and it applies to people who react badly to persuasion and choose opposed to the option, and often harsh manipulations do not notice it. Déjà vu or already seen is a powerful impression that the person has already seen something that he sees for the first time. Sigmund Freud felt that the new impression resembled some earlier, forgotten, or suppressed experiences. This interesting phenomenon has been a topic of numerous research for decades, so it is no surprise that there are numerous theories about emotional reactions, a time gap, a mixing of memories. Apophenia is an experience in which we find connections in random, unrelated and meaningless data. Pareidolia is a kind of such a phenomenon, with visual stimuli playing a big role, so we can see animals and face in the clouds. Apophenia could explain people's beliefs that when they hear the recorder back, they hear a certain message. This effect is also called Devil's and Reversed Halo Effect. It shows that people with negative properties are often perceived as ugly, not appealing and undesirable. So if we experience a person as bad in a field, we will apply it in things that do not have anything to do with what they are bad about. Recently, researchers at the Oxford University have discovered a painkiller. Reverse binoculars. Scientists have shown that respondents who watched their wounded hands through reverse binoculars experienced much less pain, which led to a reduction in the island. This shows that even something basic, such as pain, can be shaped by what we see. So next time you cut yourself, do yourself a favor and do not look at the wound. Take a look at the girl who is turning. Can you change the direction in which it is moving? Try this. This is a kind of optical illusion. Objectively, it does not rotate in one direction. It's a two-dimensional picture that simply moves back and forth. However, our brain cannot interpret two-dimensional representations of the world. So visual processing assumes that we always look at three-dimensional forms and interpret them as such. Looking at this picture by focusing on the shadow or any other part, you can make your visual system reconstruct the image and can choose the opposite direction of the girl's turning. This effect is very simple. High expectations lead to better performance. Let's say, if we expect to do something good, it will happen, and the opposite is the situation, we expect bad and the effect is bad. It is called the effect of a huge one. Our mind simply creates an auto-suggestion that is achieved precisely because we strive to be so. Jan Purkinje, the father of modern neurology, has found a way to trigger hallucination as a child. He closed his eyes and then turned his face to the sun in order to move his arm back and forth, in front of his eyes closed. After a few minutes, Jan Purkinje noticed various figures and images that were intertwined. This stimulation is associated with brain corpus, as cells begin to shoot in unpredictable bursts, which leads to the perception of imaginary images. Have you ever stopped to feel the headache of the moment you have a medication and if it takes about 15 minutes to start functioning? One study published in the New England Medicine Diary, at the beginning of the 21st century, showed that the effect of a physiological solution could be the same as the morphine effect due to the placebo effect. Moreover, some experts believe that 80% of the average effect is associated with the placebo effect. If a patient believes that a particular drug really has healing properties, it will get the desired effect. The simplest way to explain the most famous phenomenon of the human mind and body. Don't forget forget leave like and subscribe.